Alright, today's a new day. We've pulled off the valve covers. We've cleaned up the inside here. We've cleaned up exhaust ports everywhere. We've gotten the timing cover. I missed a couple spots because of some, what is it called? Tape, yep. So, I'm trying not to touch this thing with dirty hands. Now, I've got the front main seal that's going on and the gasket. A little bit of dirty stuff that goes in the trash. So, that's what we're going to get put on in just a minute with some ultra black, just to kind of hold that on there and everything. And we've got this little set of bearing, race, and seal installers. So you can find that in the link in the description below. So let's get this in here, and well, this in here, this on here, and then we'll start working on the other stuff as of the rockers and whatnot. So I'm gonna handle this real quick, and then we'll get on rockers. All right, so when you're looking for the correct seal installer for this, you want something that goes almost all the way around the same diameter as that. So that's about it. Just a hair up under it, probably a millimeter on both sides, smaller. So what that means is it doesn't hit the sides and it doesn't crush the edges. So once you get it in, it actually holds pretty good. So we're going to use this to install this front seal. Those kits are awesome. They're not very expensive. They're about $20 or $30. And they work for a lot of different things. So using it for this is great because if you use a hammer, you could end up busting the seal or breaking it or something like that. So now that we got this on, now we're going to install this onto here, and that's what, yeah. So, and then we'll get the, what is it called, balancer on it, and tighten it all up, and then we'll have all this done, and then we can put the oil pan on. Alright, so I decided to paint the bolts and everything, and then the little timing dial indicator. So I painted those. I'm waiting on those to dry. They got a couple more coats to get. So we're going to go ahead and step into these rocker arms real quick and start throwing them in and seeing how this goes with them. So let's do it. Alright, all the rocker arms are on, all the push rods are in. Now we're going to start doing the preload and the valve lash. So what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this down until this push rod gets firm. And we're going to get it all the way down to where it gets firm on the lifter. Almost there. Nope. Right when we can't spin it anymore, we're going to back it off. There is no more play. Alright, so we turned the engine over all the way. We've snugged these down, put a preload on them. None of them rattle. all the way around. We made sure none of them rattled anymore. Every time one rattled, we'd put a little preload on it. Timing set to top dead center again. So that's where we're at. And now we just got to slap this front cover on and start slowly getting ready for everything else, so we can get the oil pan on, the valve covers on, and the intake on. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if the bolts are dry for the timing cover, and then we're going to slap it on. Okay, so in the midst of me cleaning everything and getting this prepared, I have satisfaction when it comes to cleaning bolts and other hardware, because that's all used bolts and hardware. So I paint it kind of opposite of whatever the color is. That's kind of like a battleship gray. It's getting black bolts on the bottom to make sure they're all there. I set the intake on here just to see what it looked like. I've cleaned it up pretty good. I might put another gasket on here, not sure yet. But everything's clean on the intake, in and out. It's had a round of wire wheeling, so it knocked off a whole bunch of stuff. It's not shiny, but I'm not going for shiny. I got the front plate on, got a little silicone there. And so got all that done. Next, once those bolts dry over there, we're going to pop this on and have almost a together motor, except I need to take these and I'm going to clean these up and make them pretty and paint them. You probably won't see that, especially in this video. You'll probably just see me because I'll take it to work with me and work on it while I'm at work. Which isn't fun and exhilarating. Watch somebody wire wheel all this and then sand it down and then prime it and paint it and everything else. So yeah, cleaned up a little bit more, painted a little bit more, just getting everything cleaned up. This carb needs a little cleaning. It's got some oil and stuff on it, but my pile is dwindling down, so all I got is a couple more gaskets. Looks like a couple. Got napkins everywhere. Got my fuel pump and my rod. That's one of the next things that's going on. One day I eventually want to go to kind of like AN lines for this. I think it would look a lot better. I think it would look kind of like this, except actually having AN lines and not the old school dress up with the little worm gear. Yeah, with a hose connector. So got some other stuff clean, got this clean. Like I said, I'm going to clean this up, maybe even throw a coat of paint on it. This is going to get wire wheeled and shined up a little bit. This is going to get painted black. Still not sure about my water pump. I'm going to redo the starter. I'm going to take it apart, clean everything internally, externally, and then probably throw a coat of paint on it. I like painting these gunmetal because I have wheel paint. It's old wheel paint, but just because if there's an oil leak, which mainly there is right around the starter, especially once you run an engine for a while. Oh, there it is. I've got it somewhere in here. Here it is. Old Rust-Oleum wheel paint. I've had this for probably about a decade and it still works. It looks pretty. That's what I did on my 240 whenever I redid that starter. So if you ever want to see that one, let's say you rebuild a starter, I'll probably do a little tidbit on that one. But I'm extremely happy with how this is turning out. It's looking good. I mean, everything's getting it together. So a couple more gaskets, a couple more little bits of gasket maker, and then we dive into here and knock out some of this that's all over the place. We're going to clean up all that, get all the rust out, paint it, put put rust reformer on it and then paint it. Coming back here, clean up all this grease and oil and whatnot. Put some grease in those Zerg fittings. We're going to take this out. We're going to paint it. We're going to wrap it. The transmission's probably just going to get a quick coat of paint so you don't see yellow anymore. And so yeah, a couple of the wires are going to get tucked away. So this is really coming together. Slowly but surely, but it's getting there. I've got a lot more to clean. So that's one of the things I've got to do. Here's my other oil pressure gauge. I need to check the one in the car and flush out that line. I've got the tubing for this one. If I explained it to everyone before, here is one pressure outlet. So that one's going to go to the passenger side. The other, which is right here, is going to come up and around, and it's going to go right where that hole is. So it doesn't have as much to go around right there. So I just got to get another fitting, and I think I have one to go in here, and it'll measure from there. So I just got to pop that out. Yeah, I need a Teflon a couple more places. So that's the gist of what's been going on. So probably, I'm not sure how long this video is, but it's a step up. It gets things done. It got the head done, some other key components done, some cleaning up. So yeah, the next video you see, I'll have the oil pan on, or at least get it on, and some of these bolts will be cleaned up like I want. The starter's going to be taken apart, and I'm probably going to hop in here and start doing this stuff just to make sure that it's done before cruising the coast. So I might leave that just the way it is, or I might throw a coat of spray paint on it because I really don't care. But yeah, thanks for joining for another episode of the shop. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or dislikes or whatever else, put them in the comments below. If you want to check out our Teespring, get you some merch, hop on Patreon, check it out. You can get more merch, stickers, behind the scenes. Most of that's going to be me doing what y'all don't see here, considered behind the scenes. So thanks again for watching, and until next time.